Today I'm going to talk about 5 different ways that you can do and perform the forms. I know I'm not going to be talking to everybody out there because there's so many people who don't do the forms, but they're so important that I think that they're worthy of doing. In fact, my teacher would not give you a black belt unless you did the forms. Jimmy Woo was the same. You had to do forms out there at his place too. He required only 1 form. My teacher, Frank Hulsey, required 8 forms. So the first way that we're going to do the form is how you would perform it. And this would be with no tension at all in your body. So it's going to look like this. This is no tension. Notice that there's absolutely no tension. Now that's the first 6 moves of form number 1 in the old style. But there's no tension in it at all. So when I perform the forms, I'm going to do them without any tension at all. So the second way that you can do them is to put some dynamic tension in the end of the move. So I'm going to do the first 6 moves again. Now this is the dynamic tension at the end. It goes here. So now as you can see, the tension comes in at the end of the punch. Now this would be the way that we do our punches in San Soo as well. When I throw the punch, I put the tension in right at the end of it. Doing the forms like this would promote your chi. This is a good way to promote chi. And I recommend them doing them like that. The third way is kind of a strange way to do it. This is dynamic tension throughout the entire move. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. This is the whole tension, the whole way. And if you do the forms like this, you're going to find that you're going to expend a lot more energy. And this is a nice way to do the form with all that tension in them. The fourth way that we're going to do these forms is kind of a exercise way. What I want you to do with this is find a stretching exercise in each move of the form. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to stop when I find the move. Here's one right here. This is the beginning of the first move. I come to here and I can feel this big stretch on me here. So look, there's another one there. Okay, now here's the first move. Now there's a good stretch right there too. You can feel how these things work. So the next way is I'm going to start the move and you can feel it right here, the stretch right there. And as I continue to move, there's another stretch. So that with each time you do a move, you can find 2 to 4 different stretches in every move. Every one, see, there's all these are stretches. So try that. You're going to find that when you do it like that, you're going to find that it loosens up your body. It's real good. It feels good to do the forms that way. The next way is a way to correct. You're going to correct your postures. When we do these forms, we need to make sure that when we get in a horse stance, that it is correct, right? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to do the move and then stop. Look, I'll do the first move. And then I'm going to stop and look down to see if it's correct. Now the correct kick stance is such that if I put this foot down and come back, it would form this perfect deal, the 45. So what we're going to do, and regardless of what move it is, let's do another move. I come out to here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is look at my feet. If they're not good, I'm going to correct them. If this is off, I'm going to correct it. Once you get it the way you want it to be, then I need for you to shut your eyes and feel what it feels like to be correct. So it doesn't matter what the move is, I'm going to stop it, I'm going to look, I'm going to correct it. Once I get it there, I'm going to shut my eyes, I'm going to feel what it feels like to be correct. So I can do the next move, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to stop, look. If it's not correct, I'm going to correct it, shut my eyes. Another move here. Okay, now look, I missed the move. I can feel it that it's wrong. So I need to get these feet straight. I want to look down, get them correct. If it feels correct, I shut my eyes. I feel what it feels like to be correct. So that's a really good way to practice the forms as well. So I was emailed the other day, I was asked, how many forms are there in San Soo art? Well, that's a really good question. The answer to that is this. If you did one form every day, it would take 350 years to do all the forms. Now that's just all the hand forms. Of course we know that you can do weapons forms with them as well. So that's a lot of forms. One more thing too, these forms, they're going to show you the correct position that you need to be in when you strike, so the impact postures, and they show you exactly where you need to be at each point of the move. So these things are important. Now, when I was a young black belt, some of the older black belts going, look at Hulsey, he's all fancy, he does all this fancy stuff. And I realized that I did do some fancy stuff. One of the things was this: when I punched down here, let's say there's a man on his knees, I'm hitting him in the back of the neck from here, this hand here would come up over my head. So look at this. And everybody was kind of going, look how fancy it is. And I was wondering, where did I get that move? I don't remember anybody teaching it to me. The thing is, it's in the form. So if I'm doing this form wrong, this hand's not going to be here. This hand needs to be here when I'm working this way to protect me against somebody that's back there trying to hit me with something. If I had a weapon in my hand, it would be a nice block. So these forms are going to teach you what every part of your body, where it needs to be at any particular time. So if you learn the forms wrong, like if I learn the form do it like this, it's not going to have these moves. So you need to learn the forms correctly, and you need to practice them often. So thank you very much. Let's go ahead and practice these 5 different ways, and good luck.